Hello everyone, let us continue with the chapter Human Health and Diseases Part 3. This is apart from NCERT. The other type of diseases what you are going to learn today, that will be apart from NCERT, which will be included for NEET exam. Right? So now we are going to learn about diphtheria. So what is this diphtheria? It is also a bacterial disease. This is also a bacterial disease like typhoid and pneumonia. What we have learned, this is also a bacterial disease which is caused by a bacteria called as Corynebacterium diphtheriae. By the name here, genus name, it contains the name bacterium, so you can understand it is a bacterial disease, right? So it is caused by a bacterium called as Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Here diphtheria is the disease name, diphtheriae, AE is the species name, right? And normally it affects children up to 5 years of age here. An infection of pharynx transmitted by direct contact. And when you look at this bacterium, it produces an exotoxin. It produces a toxin. What is toxin? Some poisonous substance, right? Okay. So here it produces an exotoxin. What does this exotoxin do? It inhibits the protein synthesis in the epithelial cells. Right? It affects the further functions. So it inhibits the protein synthesis. So how? See, this exotoxin, it enters the blood circulation. And what happens here? It damages each and every organ that is present in the body. What are they? Heart, nervous system, liver, kidneys, right? So all these organs are being damaged by this substance called as exotoxin. It is a toxic substance, right? Poisonous substance. And here, when you just look at the earlier stages, normally the patient will have some mild fever, sore throat, okay, just little throat infection will be there. But in severe cases, what will happen? This patient spreads disease through coughing. When the patient coughs, right, sneezes, when they talk, even when they kiss, right? So at these moments, what happens? The patient spread diseases. So in that case, the patient have to be treated. So how the patient can be treated? By giving antitoxin. Here we have studied about the exotoxin, right? So against exotoxin, antitoxin. Anti means against, right? So antitoxin must be given for the treatment. And one more thing what I have to remember is the air passage must be surgically cleared, right? Or what is the final solution? How can you prevent it, right? So the vaccine that is available for diphtheria is DPT. DPT. So this DPT, it stands for diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. It is a combination of vaccine which can be given for all the three: diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. Next disease is tetanus. This tetanus is otherwise called as lockjaw. And this is also a bacterial disease which is caused by a bacterium called as Clostridium tetani. So what is the name of the bacterium? Clostridium tetani. And this bacteria, normally when you see, it occurs in the intestine of horse and other animals, right? It is commonly seen in intestine of horse and other animals. Then how it is being transmitted, right? So it is contacted through wounds or during accidents, when by the use of improperly sterilized surgical instrument. Before, we don't use sterilized instruments, right? But nowadays, we use only sterilized instruments. Even the sterilization, if it is not done properly, in that case, improperly sterilized surgical instruments, even with the help of these improperly sterilized instruments, it can be transmitted, right? And next one. So here, so when these get contaminated with spores of bacterium that pass out from the feces of horses and other animals, right? So with the help of fecal materials of horses, even with the help of other animals' feces, so these spores can be transmitted. So when these spores, when there is a chance, when it enters into the human body, what happens? They secrete a toxin. They secrete a toxin. So what is the name of the toxin? Called as tetanospasmin. So what do you call this as? Tetanospasmin. Okay, so again, what is toxin here? Poisonous substance, toxic substance. Okay, so this bacterium, Clostridium tetani, the spores of these Clostridium, they secrete a toxin when it enters into the human body. So what is the name of the toxin? Tetanospasmin. So when this tetanospasmin, when this type of toxin, when it enters the CNS, what is CNS? Central nervous system, brain and the spinal cord, right? So what happens? It causes back pain, right? Continuous headache will be there. And then painful muscular spasms will be there. So what is this spasm? Sudden involuntary muscular contraction. So what is this spasm? Spasm meaning sudden involuntary muscular contraction. So in that case, what will happen? When there is a muscular spasm, what will happen? There will be spasm of jaw muscles, right? So which locks the jaws. That is why here this tetanus is otherwise called as lockjaw. right? The spasm of jaw muscles locks the jaw. That why when the toxin reaches the central nervous system, it causes headache, back pain, and continuous muscular spasm will be there. In that cases, what will happen? The spasm of jaw muscles, right? It locks the jaws. That is the reason you call this to be what? Locked jaw. And in case if it is not treated properly, heart failure, and even it may lead to death also. So in that case, tetanus toxoid injection should be administered, right? What injection? Tetanus toxoid injection. I'll mention it here. Tetanus toxoid injection should be administered, right? And when you look at the incubation period, so what is the incubation period here? I'll mention here. Incubation period is about 4 days to 3 weeks. 4 days to 3 weeks, right? So it has to be treated at the proper timing. If you like this video, share, comment and subscribe my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And the link is available in the description box below. Thank you.